What is up, guys? Zan from Playbook.gg, and in this video we're going to go over the single best screenplay in all of Madden 19. Before we dive into this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of the great tutorials that we've got headed your way here on the Playbook.gg YouTube channel. Welcome back. Now, the play that we're going to be breaking down is the gun doubles Y off PA jailbreak screen, and this is going to be part of our 3-day mini series that we've been doing on this formation, the Tampa Bay playbook, as well as many other playbooks on the game. So the way that we're going to run this play is you're going to want the ball on the quarterback's handedness hash mark. And what you're going to do with this play is you're going to shift your tight end over and you're just going to throw a rack bullet to the outside. And you're going to see that in terms of blocking, this is one of the better blocking screen passes in the game, and it does particularly well against the Tampa 2. I'm going to go ahead and run this one more time against the nickel normal Tampa 2, and we're going to kind of explain this here. Now, in the previous setup, I said you like the ball on the handedness hash. So right-handed quarterback, you want it on the right hash with the screen to the left. This will also work to the short side of the field. I just prefer it when throwing it to the wide side of the field. There's more room to maneuver. You can cut inside your blocks. You can cut outside your blocks. Typically, we're on the short side of the field. The boundary or the boundary is going to get in the way, but that doesn't mean you can't make this throw. So you see right here, we're going to be able to throw this rack and get outside, and you see that you get the ball into the hands of a guy like Tyreek Hill. This could be a really massive play for you. Now, why is this so important against cover 2? Because the nickel 3-3-5 is one of the most popular formations in the game, and a lot of players love to blitz heavily from this formation. I'm talking stacking the nickel corner behind the outside linebacker and then blitzing either one or both of the outside linebackers. So when you face cloud flat coverage with the heavy blitz, this is going to be a great way to kind of put the advantage, the numbers back in your favor. You know that they're blitzing heavily. You're shifting a tight end over to help block. You're going to slide protect to the pressure, and you're still going to be able to throw this ball. Let that nickel corner arrive. You're going to throw the ball to the outside and turn and get upfield, get yourself some blocks. We're just going to go ahead and get down with an 11-yard gain here. Now, this is also great because a lot of screen passes allow your opponent to key in. There's a special camera zoom. They immediately say, oh, I know this camera. This is a screen. Let me go bail out. Well, the issue with it is that you have the backside slant. So this is kind of like an RPO, except it's a screen pass option. So I guess we'll call it an SPO. If your opponent bails out to the screen while blitzing heavily behind it, you're going to be able to pop past that slant to Watkins in behind there. So you go ahead and throw that. Boom, you're wide open over the middle for another first down. Now, where does this play fail? There are 3 places that this play fails you. The first one is going to be if an outside corner is in a hard flat. The second one is going to be if a slot corner is in a hard flat. And the third one is going to be if a edge defender, meaning a 3-4 outside linebacker that is on the line of scrimmage, is in a hard flat. Any of those coverages will get that particular player in the hard flat to, more often than not, elude the blockers. There will be times where they somehow do get blocked, or maybe they don't play the hard flat as well and they back off. You'll be able to make that throw. However, if that happens, you're going to have to ad-lib and get the ball out. So you see right here, the hard flat, he dives underneath. We catch the block right here, and fortunately, we're able to get outside. That's still possible. That's still something that happens. That's why I think this is one of the better screen passes in the game. However, it's not going to be an every down thing. There will be downs where they literally stand there and nobody blocks him in a hard flat. Don't ask me why. It's just the way it is. Now, another way that this play struggles is if you're throwing this to the handedness side of the quarterback. So if you're running a right-handed quarterback and you want to throw the screen to the right, for some odd reason, the quarterback does this pivot and turn animation. It's a longer throwing animation than when you're throwing it against his body or against his throwing arm side. So you'll see right here, kind of does like a weird discus throw. And it's also really, really hard to block because it's just better to the left. In general, it's much better to the left. The blocking isn't the same when you're throwing this ball to the right side of the field. So you see right there, it's a longer animation. I don't get the ball out. We take a sack. This is where it's going to struggle more so than when you're throwing it to the left side of the field. So those are the 2 areas where you need to watch out. Obviously, hard flats from a corner of any type or a 3-4 outside linebacker are going to succeed. in stopping this. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to get the ball out to the right side of the field, and I'm going to show you what a second level linebacker in a hard flat looks like against this, because there are 4-3 defenses in the game where you have an offline linebacker, a second level linebacker in a hard flat, and they're not going to be able to jump out or elude those blockers. So right here, I'm just going to throw a smoke screen out to the right side just to flip the hash mark. So that way, if AntCap could run commit, I'll just throw the ball quickly to Watkins and get over to that right hash. So now in this example, I want to show you an example of a second level player in a hard flat. And with the second level player in the hard flat, if you wait too long to get this throw out, yes, sometimes they will elude, but you should have a little bit more of a viable window to make this throw. I'm not saying it's the best decision in the world. I'm just saying you will definitely notice a difference between a linebacker in a hard flat and a corner in a hard flat, or an edge defender in a hard flat. So I want you to pay attention to the linebacker that is in the box with the label M over the top. He's the player that's in the hard flat. Now, the other thing is also rushers. Right here, we've got 2 wide rushers. This is also going to be a little bit tougher to pick up in terms of how we're trying to make this work. But you can see here that if you have that second level player, whether it's a safety or a linebacker in a hard flat, they're not going to get out there and impede this throw. So again, you're just looking for outside corners, slot corners, and outside linebackers in a 3-4 style defense in a hard flat. They're going to be the ones that are most likely to pick off this throw. Otherwise, you're looking at, hands down, the best screen pass in Madden 19. If you like this video, check out one of the videos on your screen right now. And for more in-depth analysis, visit www.playbook.gg for detailed game plans written by pro Madden players. Master the game with playbook.gg.